Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is a big day. I'll actually be upgrading my 8-year-old AV receiver, which was a Pioneer Elite. It's definitely served me well, but I figured it's time to upgrade to Marantz, which I've actually liked. So this video will just be, a quick unboxing, nothing special. We'll take a look at what's inside, and I'll be creating another video that goes in depth about the different features of the receiver. And I'll hopefully be able to create a video as well, setting up the system and going through the calibration. So let's take a look. All right, so at the top, it's pretty packaged well. You do have the power cable. We'll move this to the side. And in here you have the Odyssey microphone to run your calibration. And let's just take a look at what it looks like. I wonder if it looks different than the previous model. Okay. No, I think it's still the same. Still the same microphone, nothing different. And again, this receiver is the Cinema 40, which is a 9.4 AV receiver. This is part of their Cinema line. The top tier is Cinema 30. This one is directly under that, Cinema 40. And then you have the accessories box at the top here. You have the antennas right here. You have the antennas for the Bluetooth and probably Wi-Fi. Yep, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth antenna. So I think it's packaged pretty well. So I'll put this back here. You have the manual. And this looks like, I think it's just another manual, like a quick setup guide or something. You have some batteries for the remote. You have the antenna for the tuner or the radio. I don't know if the FM antenna, I don't know if anybody still uses this, but they still provide these in the box. And the remote. Check out the remote. The remote has definitely changed from what it looked like before. It's a lot slimmer. The front definitely looks nice. I think it's plastic. I'm not sure if it's metal, but the construction looks a lot better. It's pretty sleek. So I do like this new design that they're using in their Cinema line. Oh, they do provide you, let me take this out. So they do provide you with the stickers to label your speaker wires. And they do provide you with this torpedo thing, which is the microphone stand. So you can assemble this if you don't have a tripod. You can assemble this cardboard and put it in your listening area and use it as a microphone stand when you're running the calibration. Let's move this to the side and into the receiver itself. Again, this is the Cinema 40 box. It's straightforward. Styrofoam all around. It's protected well. It's a pretty thick box. So let me go ahead and take this out and we'll take a closer look. Got a nice wrap around it. So you can see it's wrapped pretty nice. It is pretty heavy. I forgot how much it weighs, but it's 30-something pounds, so it is heavy. The front bezel is made out of metal, I believe. Same thing as the back right here. Again, this is their new design, which I really like. So I think it looks pretty sleek compared to the previous models. All right, so in the front here, like I mentioned, it's a pretty sleek design. It looks pretty nice. You have minimal buttons in the front. I really like this little dial right here. We'll hook this up later, and in another video I'll show you what that display looks like. And then you also have a flap down here you can kind of flip down and pretty nice. It goes down pretty smooth. It doesn't like slam down, you can see. And you have some additional buttons, so like to change the direct mode, so pure direct, and all of that to select different zones. You have some buttons down here, and you have the information, and then you have another display here. You also have a USB port here, and this is where you connect your setup mic to run the Odyssey calibration. And then you have your directional buttons down here to, I guess, to pretty much mimic what the remote does. So if you're trying to change things on the actual receiver itself. You have the power button down here, and then you have the phono input here. So if you have a turntable or anything, or I don't know, actually that's not for turntables, but if you want to hook your headphones in, you can use that. You have your input selector right here. Feels pretty smooth. And then you have your volume knob right here. So overall, I do like this minimal design. I don't really like seeing buttons everywhere. So if this is like your centerpiece and you actually want to display this, I think it looks pretty nice. Let's take a look at the back. All right, so this is the back of the receiver. Before we take a look at, what's back here, I just want to talk about the dimensions of the receiver itself. So it weighs about 32.4 pounds. It is 17.3 inches deep from the front dial all the way to the rear, probably counting the speaker terminals as well. So you need to take that into consideration if you're going to be putting this inside of a cabinet. It is 16.3 inches wide, and it's about 10 inches tall. So it's not a small receiver, and it's not really like a humongous receiver. So, it definitely weighs a little bit. So definitely take that into consideration. So taking a closer look at the back, you have multiple inputs in here. You have cable satellite, you have some optical inputs here. You have an input for your network jack here. So you have 7 HDMI inputs. They all support 2.1, I want to say HDMI 8K 2.1. And then you have, I want to say 3 outputs actually. So HDMI out 3 outputs, so you can display this on multiple displays, or you can output this on multiple displays, looks like. You have I guess this is for a serial port. You have 3 trigger outputs, so if you're gonna hook this up to an external amp, you have those. This is rated at 125 watts per channel, 2 channels driven. So take that into consideration. I don't know if that's going to be approximately about 70 watts all channels, I guess, if you're going to be hooking up multiple speakers in there. You have the speaker terminals in here, over here, of course. You do have the pre-out connectors right there. And then if you want to use the old method of connecting different components, you can use those in here. So you can use an external amp with this. The receiver itself should be able to support, you have the power connector here. All right, so be on the lookout for my next video on a full review of this receiver. Take care.